So how many of you guys love waking up to a stock that increased over 400%? What's going on, team? It's Ricky with Technical Solutions. And if you think that is what happened today, then I am sorry to let you know, but that is not correct. I just wanted to kind of poke fun and just, again, a very lighthearted way. SQQQ today went through a reverse stock split. This is something that they announced before, and in this video, I'm going to explain to you what that is, what it means for shares that you held overnight, and why they did it. So one of the first things that I want to share with you is, especially with SQs, TQs, which is the bull ETF that follows the overall NASDAQ market, that one's bullish, and I still wouldn't even really consider holding that one overnight because, again, ETFs decay over time. With SQs, it's a bear ETF, and it has been decaying and selling off over time. So altogether, I really hope that you guys didn't hold this thing overnight. But if you did, you might have woken up to a pleasant surprise where it would have shown that you were up nearly 400% on the day. And then as your brokerage adjusts to this reverse stock split, it then tells you that you're actually down 1.17%. So that's a little unfortunate, but again, it's not much of a surprise. One of the first things that you have to understand is what happened today is a reverse stock split. And what that means is, I want to give you a very pretty picture example. Let's say yesterday, SQQQ was at $5.28, which it was. That's where it closed at, $5.28. Let's say that you owned 5 shares of SQs at $5.28. Because of this reverse stock split that took effect, it's a 5-to-1 split, meaning that 5 shares now turn to 1, meaning that the overall shares available are now reduced to 1/5 of what they were. So the price per share, and again, I'm not trying to overcomplicate it, increases simply 5 times of what it was before. So if you had 5 shares yesterday at $5.28, it is now 1 share of SQQQ at $26.40 would have been the perfect exchange. Now it's trading at $26.03, which means that it's actually down on the day. So this is why you might actually be down on the day if you held it overnight. One of the things that I want to share with you is, why does a company go through a reverse stock split? Well, first of all, SQQQ is not a company, it's an ETF, right? And it's a bear ETF. So, and one of the things that I wanted to share with you is a very common reason that especially lower cap stocks that are trading for less than $10 a share, go through a reverse stock split, is to kind of like manipulate kind of the perception of that stock. When a stock is trading below $10 a share, it's viewed as cheap, and sometimes it might not even meet NASDAQ requirements, which means that they might get delisted. And that is a risk that they run by trading at such low price points. So a very common practice for these companies are that they go through a reverse stock split and they simply reduce the amount of shares available. Is this a positive notion for a company? No. Majority of these reasons on why a company goes through a reverse stock split is because they are trying to not be viewed as a lower cap stock, and it's most likely because they're selling off or decaying over time. In the ETF aspect, so for SQs, it's more along the lines that it's decaying over time. It's been selling off as the market has been very bullish. SQs has been very bearish, and it began to trade below, again, $10 a share, which is when they began to talk about going through this reverse stock split. Now, a question that you guys might have is, what about Apple? What about Tesla? They announced a stock split. Theirs is different. Theirs is an actual stock split. This is a reverse stock split. So when Apple and Tesla are like, our shares have been appreciating too high, too quickly, and are too expensive for the average investor, we want to reduce the price per share, meaning that we want to make more shares available at a lower cost to make it more affordable. That's the intent behind that. That's a positive notion. People can respect that. They're not trying to be viewed as they're worth more by just offering less shares. And a very common practice for Apple and Tesla is, by doing these stock splits, it almost in both cases has acted as a positive catalyst. It's kind of like the new fancy way on how to almost like just instantly pump the price of your stock. So I now hope that you guys have a better understanding of what a reverse stock split is, why it happens, and also what a stock split is, why Apple and Tesla have announced theirs. The thing that I do want to share with you is the reason that I do not have Thinkorswim in the background is, like many of you guys have experienced, Thinkorswim on the desktop version has not been working appropriately. One of the things that we all have to understand is, first of all, I've said this so many times before, Thinkorswim is not a perfect platform. It's a software, and softwares have glitches. It's very unfortunate. I have not seen something like this, if anything, with Robinhood, right? Where it's down 2 days in a row. It's very unfortunate. And we've said this a lot of times to, not be afraid to explore other options. If you've been with TechBud Solutions or you've watched me on YouTube for a while, you know that I have a Fidelity account, right? And I would encourage you to look into the other reputable platforms, so if a problem like this continues to happen, that you have another form of solution. Very similar platforms can be viewed as Interactive Brokers, Charles Schwab, E-Trade, Fidelity, right? Very reliable brokerages. Then you can get into the smaller brokers that are a little bit more creative in the way that they position themselves. But I personally don't mind working with larger platforms because I trade with enough capital that I need to focus on that reliability. So I wanted you guys to know about that potential solution. And on top of that, if you don't already have the TD Ameritrade mobile app, according to my understanding, the mobile app is working for myself and for a lot of other people. So if you can't trade on desktop, but you're comfortable with trading on the mobile app, that's something that you can explore. At the end of the day, if you're not comfortable trading on the mobile app, then again, another solution could just be looking for another trading platform. So I really do appreciate you guys' time. I really hope that we earned your thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Turn on those post notifications so you guys get alerted when it is that we upload a new video. And friendly reminder, our new TechBud merch drops today. It's gonna pretty much sell out, I can almost guarantee you, in the first 30 minutes. So if you guys wanna check that out, that's gonna be the third link down below. Once it sells out, it's gone, and we're just gonna move on to the next drop. So I appreciate you guys' time. Wish you guys an amazing rest of your day. And like always, let's make sure that we end the year on a green note. Take it easy, team.